Hi witches, so today we are moving right along into our next tarot card and the next stage in the Fool's journey, and that is the Magician. As a reminder, I do monthly and weekly tarot readings for all of my patrons, depending on what level that you decide to choose. So if this subject interests you, I really recommend that you go check that out or encourage you to. There's also extra content about tarot stuff that's going to be going up this week, and I'm really happy to walk you through any questions you might have. It's a really great way to contact me directly, though as always my inbox is open. So if you want to support my page and stuff, that would be really awesome. It just really helps everything, and it kind of is helping me transition out of my day job into doing this full time, because that's really what I want to do. So if you have any questions or are interested in tarot or want a reading, check out my Patreon. Anyways, now that that spiel is over, let's talk about the first card, number one, the Magician. This card is representative to new beginnings, similarly to the Fool, but it's really the first step on the journey, right? It depicts a man who is usually dressed in robes that is behind an altar. And I'm not sure if you can see, but this altar actually has representations of every single suit that is in the tarot. So you can see the cups. This is coins for my tarot deck, the swords, and then the wand. In the Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Magician actually has one hand pointing towards the sky and the other one pointing to the ground. You can't really see it because of this frame, but it's a lot more elegant than that. I looked really silly. I look like a dinosaur or something. But this is a physical representation of the phrase "as above, so below," which is a very common and core principle to a lot of magical practices. By learning this principle, like I said, a core tenet of a lot of pagan and other occult spiritual beliefs, the Magician is able to manifest their will into reality. So by understanding that as above, so below, what happens on this plane also happens in another, manifestation and stuff like that. So we can talk a little bit more about that if you want. I can make another video, but that's going to be a whole conversation. So above his head is usually, again, my tarot cards are a little bit different. If you are following along with this and do not have your own deck, I recommend using the Rider-Waite tarot deck. That's where I got my descriptions from, and I think that's the easiest way to describe it, in a universal way for everybody. There's usually a glowing infinity symbol above his head, and around his waist is a snake swallowing its own tail, both of which represent boundless potential and power. So infinity, and then the Ouroboros, which is a very hard word to say, both kind of speak to that sense of infinity or boundless power, right? So when this card comes up in a tarot spread upright, it can represent new beginnings, willpower, manifestation, balance, action, and resourcefulness. Reverse, this card can actually represent the struggle to begin, the lack of progress, or fear of being ill-prepared. So, or that your potential isn't really being used to its best ability. Now, the way I see this, especially with that second part, because a lot of the imagery in the card doesn't really speak to that, I think of it as when you're preparing for a test and you're just studying and studying and studying, and then you forget to look at the one thing that the test is actually on. You're so preoccupied with everything else and you're worried about being prepared that you don't actually do the thing that you need to do. That's kind of how I see the Magician when it's reversed. You can study all you want, and I think study is great, but if you don't actually go out there and do the work, then what's the point, right? I know I talked a lot about really relating to the Fool yesterday, just being on the beginning of this journey, but I think I'm more in the Magician stage of my life. I know where I want to go and I know what I want to do. It's now just manifesting it and making it a reality. I think this project, overall, this whole YouTube thing is really indicative of that. I have the knowledge and I have the willpower to sit and make these videos and post them every day, but to interact with my community, to put myself out there on interviews or podcasts, and to organize events in my community, even just making informational stuff on TikTok, which if you are here from TikTok, oh my gosh, I had a video blow up. That was really crazy. Thank you guys for coming. Hello. But it's really just been a year of manifestation for me. It's hit myself in the face. Cool. But yeah, it's been a year of manifestation and doing a lot in order to build this platform. And ultimately, like I've been saying a lot, I really want to teach witchcraft as a thing. I just want to do that and guide new people into a practice like this. And that's just really what I want to do with my life. So now is the time that I have when I have energy and I'm young and enthusiastic and not as jaded by the world as I probably will be in 10 years. I think this is a good time to do it. So I'm happy with where I am, but I am starting to get to the point where I'm all right, what do I need to do next? What are my next steps? So you know, all that being said, long-term goal, like I really want to open a witchy shop that caters to my community, that is like supportive of small businesses and artisans, that is like sustainable and eco-friendly, not appropriative of any sort of cultures, like closed cultures, because I see that like everywhere and it's like really annoying. But I really just want to dedicate my life to creating a safe space for like witches and pagans and oddballs and weirdos like me. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. Like this is a 10-year plan thing, but I am definitely putting out the groundwork and I'm manifesting that for my community. So anyways, the Magician card is like a very super relevant card to my life right now, and I appreciate the platform that I have to speak about it. I hope you can learn a lot from the Magician and you can, you know, start putting your dreams into action, and I really support you guys all in that. And I will see you tomorrow when we talk about the High Priestess. Bye, guys.